Every year, I replay one of two games, that be Golden Sun or Majora's Mask. Golden Sun means a lot to me. As a kid, I had trouble reading. Teachers would overlook me, and schoolwork was a chore. But before and after school, I would turn on my Game Boy Advance and jump right into Golden Sun's text-heavy nature. And ironically, it helped me learn more to read than any other teacher ever did for me. Still, this video isn't about that game. It's about the other one. Majora's Mask, in my opinion, is the best video game experience ever made. The story, the music, the atmosphere, it all blends into something dark, heavy, and deeply human. Link's journey isn't about saving Hyrule or becoming a hero. It's about finding a lost friend, hinted to be Navi, and getting dragged into this haunting side quest that teaches him, and us, a hard truth. You can't save everyone. On the game's repeating 3-day cycle, you have to choose who to help and who to leave behind. That idea hit me hard. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of a hero complex. I blame it on all the shonen I watched as a kid, imprinting myself on my favorite characters. But I'll put on the emotional mask of others and carry their pain instead of facing my own. I'll destroy myself so someone else can smile. Very healthy, I know. A few months ago at Mass, there was a homily that sparked this reflection inside me that inspired me to make this video. And don't worry, I'm not launching into a Catholic crusade, believe or don't, in whatever god or gods you want to. But the priest talked about the importance of forgiveness. Not just forgiving others, but learning to forgive yourself. And that hit home. Forgiveness is such a huge theme in Majora's Mask, and it's something I struggle with, especially when it comes to myself. If you've never played Majora's Mask, please do, because I'm about to spoil a game that's been out for like 25 years. Regardless, as Link travels towards the first dungeon, he finds a tree with a carving on it. The image shows Skull Kid surrounded by his fairies Tatl and Tael, and it glimpses into a memory, a flashback before Skull Kid ever put on the Majora's Mask. Skull Kid wasn't crying because he was cold or wet. He was crying because he was alone. In that moment, the fairies embraced him. The tears stopped. In that small, silent moment, someone cared. Later in the game, you'll learn more from Andrew's grandmother as she tells Link an old story that fills in the rest of the missing details. You piece it together. Skull Kid, abandoned by his giant friends, was left to stew in his grief. That grief turned into bitterness, and then came Majora's Mask. The happy mask salesman, a strange collector, carried it with him. Skull Kid struck him down and stole the mask, and the mask did what cursed things do. It whispered to him. It gave him the power to make the world hurt the way he did. And he did. He lashed out. He sealed away the giants and pulled the moon down towards to destroy the land and the people that left him behind. This wasn't just a temper tantrum of a corrupt villain. It was what it looks like when pain is turned inward and then explodes outward. It was loneliness left unchecked, heartbreak that curdled into destruction. Stories hit differently depending on where you are in life. I used to see myself as Link, the hero. But this year's playthrough, I realized I'm more like Skull Kid. A flawed person, instead of fixing himself, hurts others and pushes them away. There's a quote from the Steve Jobs movies that pretty much sums how I feel.
I'm poorly made.
I feel that. I fall into bad habits. I lash out. I give in to my own vices like my lust, my wrath, or sloth, just to escape the sadness I don't want to face. Majora's Mask is more than just an evil object. It's a symbol of the mask we wear to cope with. The grief, the guilt, the pain, and the moon crashing down, that's what self-destruction looks like. These past few years, I've worn my own Majora's Mask. I've hurt people while also tearing myself apart. In the end, Link saves Termina, the giants forgive Skull Kid, so do Tatl and Tael, but the damage still remains. In the beginning of the game, you find a warped tree stump that oddly looks very Deku-like. You later meet the Deku butler, and he talks about how his son went missing, and you put two together, and you realize Skull Kid killed someone. And at the end of the game, when the credits roll, the Deku butler's there, seeing his son, and weeping. In the end, that was one life Link could not save, even with Termina being saved. I haven't killed anyone, but I've killed friendships with my vices. And just like death, some relationships don't come back. It's a hard truth. A truth I had to face this year that I couldn't accept. I lashed out on said friends because I didn't get my way, just like Skull Kid did with the Giants. And instead of doing the healthy thing and trying to move on, I didn't. Towards the end of the game, after defeating Ingos Du Unkana, he says, I hope my friends can forgive my failures. I've hurt them deeply. And I know, life isn't a video game. There's no final boss you beat and suddenly everything heals. It takes time. Real time. This playthrough opened my eyes. I now know that I need to forgive myself. Tatl, Tael, and the Giants still love Skull Kid despite everything. I have to believe that my friends one day might forgive me too. That they'll see past the Majora's Mask I wore and remember the person underneath. This doesn't excuse any of the actions I did towards my friends. Some are unforgivable. These are sins that I have to bear, just like Skull Kid has to. Maybe forgiveness is easy for me to think about because of the 12 years of Catholic school that I went to, but even if you're not religious, the lesson still stands. If you're living your life wearing your own Majora's Mask, take it off. The power it only gives you leads to hurting others, and more importantly, yourself. Wounds can heal, but only if you're willing to let them. Majora's Mask is a masterpiece. Every time I play it, it teaches me something new. And if you have the time, play it and take it in.